Net Duma.
Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
Greetings. Hello. Happy Sunday. We are here with the Darkest Hour podcast.
Yes.
Oh
Episode 6. We're already 6 in. Isn't that crazy?
It doesn't feel like 6. You know, that's a good thing, right?
It is actually. I agree.
Yeah.
We started this thing 6 weeks ago.
Feels like it's been 30 episodes.
Yeah, that would be a bad thing. Yeah, this feels like 66. That would not be good.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, how you guys doing? There's no Dark and Darker to play. What do you guys do with your lives?
I'm scratching. I'm itching. I'm crying. You know?
I've been playing.
Are you a junkie?
A little bit.
Sons of the Forest.
No, but yeah, Sons of the Forest is fun, man. It's like, did you ever play the original? You ever play the original Forest?
A little bit, and I watched some streamers do their thing with it.
It's a good time. It's like you can't take it too seriously, but it's a good excuse to like get your friends on because it can go up to 8 players and just get goofy
Really?
and like kill cannibal. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like tons of building. It's like honestly, it feels less features, but more like fidelity Minecraft. You know, in a way with cannibals. So it's like Minecraft for adults, kind of in a way, because there's so much building you can do.
I gotta be
so
honest, building in a video game, you know this, Donnie, we've been friends for years.
Yeah.
Building in a video game is like the worst possible thing to put in front of me. It's boring as fuck. Punching trees and collecting wood and building a shack that you hang out with your buddies in is just like, at that point you might as well just start having cyber sex with your friends in your little wooden shack in the woods. Or just talk in Discord. Just why the fuck are you building something and then just staring at your avatars? Would people do that shit in DayZ? There's like safe zones and then people build bases in DayZ.
I agree.
What the fuck? Get out there and fucking shoot each other.
You don't build bases in DayZ.
I know,
No,
but that's
it's
so
bad.
boring. It's so boring.
Dang.
You like base building in DayZ?
Sometimes.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean,
You never
here's
played
the problem with
Valheim,
it.
have you, Soma?
No, he hasn't.
Having what?
All
Sorry?
right, you haven't played Valheim before, right?
I have installed Valheim. I have played it, and as soon as I started chopping wood to build a fucking shack, I was done. It's not fun to me at all. If there was a way to circumvent building a shack and a crafting table and just go out and find stuff and maybe pitch a tent and live in a tent and then just keep moving, I would love that game. But for the fact that it forces you to craft, you have to build a little shack.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff. I prefer games that don't force you to craft a digital house to live in. I like to keep moving. I like to explore. I like to kill shit. That's what I'm into. I don't know.
I could
That's just
build
me.
an entire city on Valheim.
It's satisfying. It's fun.
It is.
Like you never get that itch. You don't like to kind of like make something and look back at your creation. That doesn't do it for you at all.
No, that's not. Well, I do like to build something and look back at my creation, but not a base in a video game. Like I like to, for instance, like Survivor games, like building that out in like a project, like a big
but that's
project. It's a
different.
completely different kind of thing to build. Yes. But building a digital house and then just sitting in it and waiting for people to raid it when I'm offline, just no
Okay,
thanks.
but like Minecraft is cool because you can do some
Minecraft
really
is
wild
cool.
things in Minecraft.
Minecraft it's a beautiful game, to be honest. Like some of the art and shit you see people do, like there was a guy that built the Enterprise. There was another guy that built like New York City. Like that's fucking incredible. I have mad respect for that. It's just not what gets my gamer rocks off. I don't know. It's not for me.
That's fair. Anyway, so base building in the next Dark and Darker patch, guys. That's actually been announced.
Can you imagine that? You have to build your own guild hall. And they're like, oh fuck.
Well, hey, that might be fun. That might you got to go and do enough dungeon raids to get built. You can build a guild hall, and then you can invite your friends and all hang out in your guild hall.
I will
that might be a
run
good time.
security outside, and I will go
Okay.
and kill people and take their wood and deliver it back to the guild hall.
Oh,
All right, how about this? This might switch it. What if in your guild hall you could have a fighting pit and you could throw people against each other?
I would be willing to dig out the pit.
Okay, all right. It's a start. We can start somewhere.
Yeah, I'd be willing to do that.
Okay.
Special announcement. I'm sure most people in chat and most Dark and Darker fans already know this, but Playtest 5 is confirmed April 14th through the 19th. Yay. It's a little...
How dare they make us wait 2 months?
I know. I was going to say it's a little farther out than I'd like, but whatever. At least we have a date, you know?
Yep.
You know? Yeah.
Oh,
It's exciting.
good call.
I mean, I'm of the camp that in the next playtest, I would like to see a new class, just some new content. So I'm perfectly fine waiting till there's new content to play. That's just my take.
I'm in the camp where if they even said, look, we're not doing a playtest till May or June because we're working on something to iron out certain features or issues, we want to introduce a class, I would Jay's shaking his head now. I would.
How dare you?
I don't know. I'm willing to wait on stuff. Like I'm for it to be better. Now, would I prefer it to come? See, yeah, I get that. I'd prefer to play it April 1st or the end of March, but I don't mind waiting for the sake of refinement, my friends.
I agree. I like when a game gets like
delayed.
Yes, delayed. Sorry. I'm usually, I mean, depending, context matters, but usually I'm in the camp of, well, yeah, it's okay. I'd rather them take their time and do it right.
100%.
So.
That's how I look at it too. I don't mind
How
delays.
How big is your wine cellar, Soma? How many bottles you got down there? Just aging,
15.
At your
feet?
You
actually have one. Well,
I have a wine membership at a place in Sonoma. I like wine.
You get a little smirk. You're like,
I know it's nerdy as fuck, and everyone's gonna make.
Do you go and talk up the sommelier when you go to a restaurant?
We have a conversation.
Like,
I like to do
with a taste of nut in the back.
I like to do a wine pair. Look,
Okay,
whenever I was living in San Francisco and I worked at Twitch, there was a lot of millionaires at Twitch that got me into like good food and wine. They're like, you got to come to wine country and try this shit. I was like, I like Jack and Coke. Sure, whatever you say. So I just started going with people to try new stuff, and wine's cool.
So it's very much an acquired taste, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know shit about wine at all. I'd had like fucking Carlo Rossi out of a box up until then, right? And then you just try new stuff, and I don't know. I enjoy it. I think it's really good with certain foods, and it's always nice to bring a bottle of wine or 2 or 3 over to like a party or a dinner party or something like that. I don't know. I guess I'm fucking old. Yeah. I mean, I'm about to be 37. Maybe just.
If I'm 24. If I went to a party, I was like, I brought a bottle of wine. I don't want to tell you the things that would call me.
You get clowned on.
I'd be called some bad names for sure. All right.
Well, you guys are young bucks, so I get it. You guys are young bucks. When I was your age, I was drinking vodka Red Bulls in the club trying to get ass. That's all I cared about, right? So
see, that's
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's different. It's different when you have a fiance and a kid, and when I was your age, I know like saying that is like but I think I have like over a decade on you guys, so whatever. I guess I can say that.
All right, I gotta go get my cookies out of the oven. I'm so sorry.
Oh, thanks, Grandma.
Yeah, the grandma's what you make.
They can go well with your wine, dude. I got you.
They might actually. They might. A good cookie could go well with one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm sure. Tough RPG. He's 50. He's the old boy here. I'm sure there's other people in our chats that enjoy wine. Wine's fucking good. Wine's delicious.
No. Like I'm not debating that. I've had some good wine before. Don't get me wrong.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to drink a shitload of Jaeger. A shitload. I used to work when I was in the Air Force station in Germany. I was a playlist jockey at an Irish pub in a little German village that I lived in about 15 minutes from the base. And they had a Jaeger machine right next to me, like a chilled Jaeger machine. I would sneak little shots. And then one day I had a little bit too much Jaeger, and now even the smell of it makes me want to yak.
It's that mint, because it's minty, right? Jaeger bomb or Jägermeister?
Jägermeister, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
got like that mint on it. Is that what am I thinking? Or am I thinking of Rumple?
I don't know. Let's see. What is the?
I love Jaeger. I'll say it
can't do
right
it.
now.
I used to. Let's see.
Oh, it's
It
licorice.
tastes
That's what it is.
Herbal and
yeah.
complex.
Black licorice,
It's
yeah.
thick and syrupy.
Yeah. I can't do that part.
Black licorice notes. Yeah, it's. Whew. I don't know. I
It
used
gives
to
you
love
a
it.
big old headache if you don't drink water at the end of the night, though. It's way
Yeah,
too
yeah,
sweet.
very sweet. I used to love Irish car bombs too. Used to love Irish car bombs.
What is that?
I'm a. Oh, go ahead.
I will show you exactly what the ingredients are, but it's Guinness, and you drop whiskey with some Irish cream in a shot glass, like a Bailey's or something like that. You drop it in to the pint glass, and then you chug it.
All right.
You have to chug an Irish car bomb?
Oh yeah, because it'll start to curdle if you don't.
Oh.
Ew.
And it tastes
I didn't know
very
that.
sweet and delicious, and it's almost like a alcoholic milkshake, like a thin milkshake kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I highly recommend trying it. Next time you go out to the bar, ask for a Irish car bomb, and just make sure you're ready to
right.
fill up your stomach because they're heavy on
Yeah.
the gut. I used to drink
Was I the only
banana
one-
Weizen as well. It's a Hefeweizen with banana juice, like thick, all natural banana juice, and you pour that into the Hefeweizen, and it's like drinking banana bread. Oh, it's so good.
Delicious.
Was I the only one that saw Big Lebowski and then for like a month later was trying to go to the bar and get a White Russian?
Oh no, I definitely tried a White Russian after Big Lebowski. Not a fan. I don't like
I like 'em, they're
dairy
alright.
booze. No dairy booze for me.
But Irish car bomb, it doesn't have dairy in it?
It does a
Little
little bit. It does. I can't drink them anymore. I never really liked the White Russian, but Bailey's is barely dairy. It is, I guess, but it's hard to count it as dairy. But it's really you're dropping a shot of whiskey in a Guinness with a little bit of Bailey's in it, essentially.
Oh, that's a lot.
It's a lot on the gut. It is.
Yeah. Anyway, Dark and Darker.
Dark and
yes.
Darker. Yeah, play test 5 confirmed April 14th through the 19th. Knowing Iron Mace, we will probably get a longer window to play the game. At this point, it's kind of just like a running meme with those guys. So can't wait to play. I'm currently unemployed, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? I want to get back to work first week of April. I don't think I want to do that anymore. I think I want to wait to get. I think I want to wait to work.
End of April.
End of April, first week of May is when I want to start working again. So yeah, why not?
Being unemployed is fun for like a month, and then after that, it's well, you got a kid, so it's different. But whenever you're just like a single dude and you're unemployed and you don't have a whole lot going on.
Whoa.
Oh, well, you got streaming. You stream all day. That's different. You got
yeah,
something going
you
on.
have a job. You're a full-time
Yeah.
streamer now. Congrats, dude.
I was
You have a job.
unemployed 3 years before.
Well,
That sucks.
I'm sure you were a little bored. I'm sure you.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I started
It's fun
working
for-
out. I was so bored.
That's a good thing.
I was
I
so
poorly
bored. I
quit.
went to the gym. Bleh.
I actually quit,
Self.
so whatever.
I just started going
Yeah.
to the gym again after many years last week. That's kind of my job right now. I get up at fucking 6:30 in the morning and I go lift with an ex-Air Force buddy who's a contractor out here at Nellis Air Force
Oh,
Base.
there you go.
Okay, let me ask you this: when was the last time you went to the gym? Before that, Soma.
Oh God. It had been 6-7 years. Since
So
I went to
I
the
was,
gym to lift. Weightlifting. Yeah.
So, like in high school, early college, very much an athlete, was like very strong and whatnot. Didn't lift or like work out for like 3 or 4 years, and then got back into it this last year. My strength was just depleted. Like I couldn't. I was lifting embarrassing amounts when like the first 2 months I got back.
It
It
sucks.
was very, very humbling.
If you don't use it, you lose it, kind of a thing. I'm
for sure.
Like I said, I started going back to the gym this past week. I'm weak as fuck. It's crazy, and I'm more sore than ever because I'm older now. So it's just harder now.
Oh man.
But I don't have anything to do except this podcast, Darker Playtest, hang out with my kid, my fiance, go to the gym. And I don't want to be. I don't want to be an old fat dad. So I'm like hyping myself up for the gym. I'm looking forward to going to the gym. Going tomorrow. I'll be there at fucking 7:30 a.m. tomorrow, and I'm excited in like a weird kind of way.
No, it's addictive. The endorphin rush is addictive, man.
It does feel good. Yeah.
And you feel productive if you go in the morning. Like morning cardio, I never have more confidence than if I go and do like a morning workout. I'm never more ready for the day.
Yes,
well, because like
I'm like
you
a
get all
midnight
the
1 a.m. guy.
That's cool
That's
though
fair,
too.
but you get all the anxiety out, so there's nothing. You really don't worry about anything else after you work out. You're just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. I used to go nights as well, Jay. I worked all day, and then I would want to go out, and then I would get a couple drinks in me, and then I would go to the gym at like 11 o'clock at night.
It's just less embarrassing for me.
Oh, you're going to avoid people.
I need to see
that shit is packed. Oh my god.
I need to see Jay in one of those tank tops with like the whole side cut out. I want you just full on gym thottied. I want to see you at the gym just straight showing it all off.
I worked out in a hoodie a few times, I'll admit it.
Oh, I work out in a hoodie too. No one needs to see my weak noodle arms. Absolutely.
You sweat more too. Burn more calories.
Yeah, that's exactly it too. Yeah. Gentlemen.
J fans. Oh yeah, J fans.
livejasmine.com/JFuckYuh.
There you go.
That's where you can see him with his cutoff. His cutoff shirt and his bare ass.
Some super short shorts, man.
Nice.
Okay.
Anyway. So the main segments tonight, folks. We wanted to cover the bosses, including the mini bosses in Dark and Darker, the keys and what they unlock, and unique weapons and gear. It seems like it could be a informative, fun collection of segments.
Yeah, I will have nothing to add to this. Oh, go ahead.
There's some video of some data mine stuff. I don't know if we want to add that in. It's got some new models and stuff.
I think looking at
a lot of work.
Data mining stuff is almost spoilery. Like, I know devs don't like it. Indie devs don't like it. I know they don't. I've talked to a lot of devs. They hate that shit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I get why people look. I totally understand. But it's like whenever an episode of Game of Thrones would leak back in the day, and then someone would get on Reddit and read everything that's going to happen in the episode, and then they'd go and watch the episode and wouldn't be excited about it.
Not to get too far off track, but didn't like the entire season 8 script get leaked?
Yeah, and it was so bad.
So
bad no one believed it was real. They were like, "No way, that's real. This is bullshit."
She burns the whole shit here. Spoilers. But I don't know. Let's look at it offline, and then we'll go from there. If it's relevant, then maybe we'll bring it up.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's valid to bring up. Most people would look. I even look at the stuff too sometimes, but I do try to avoid it just because I know devs typically don't like that shit. But sometimes you just gotta scratch that nerd itch and you gotta take a little peek. All right. So we're going to go over bosses and mini bosses, and I've only ever fought mini bosses. I didn't really care to go for boss runs. I just wanted to be a sweaty PvPer. I did attempt the cave troll once, and I got one shot on my barb. Then I watched a Repose video of him soloing it with a fucking rogue, and he made it look trivial. So I will be attempting that next playtest. But
there we go.
Let's start with mini bosses. We have the Wraith, Skelly Champ, and the Demon Centaur. I would say that pretty much anyone that's played the playtest at least a few hours has run into at least the Wraith and the Skeleton Champion. At least, right?
Yeah.
We can all agree on that.
100%.
They're not that bad. Starting with the Wraith, floating type.
Very cheesable.
Yeah. Well, the Skeleton Champ is. The Wraith.
So is a Wraith.
Cheesable as well. If you're a ranger, anything is cheesable.
Fair.
If you're melee, the Skelly Champ is still cheesable if you have a shield. If you're a cleric or a fighter, it's very, very easy actually. Wraith though, you can just dance around. But the Wraith can hit you and slow you down. So the description for the Wraith, floating type, high health, and fast movement speed, has 2 different melee attacks, a diagonal slash, and a dash attack. The dash attack is what you want to try to dodge out of the way of, get a couple hits in, back away. You can dance around like a pillar and hit them, walk away, rinse and repeat. Wraith isn't that hard. It's a whatever sort of mini boss. Skeleton champion. High health, moderate movement speed, protects himself with a shield, does either a 1 or a 3-string melee attack combo when close. The 3-string attack combo can be pretty fucking annoying, but it's not that bad.
It chunks.
It does chunk. It does
Chunks if
chunk.
you're a wizard.
If you get hit by all 3 and you're a wizard, don't you have like 5% of your health left or death? Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, exactly. So with the skeleton champion, pro tip, if you just walk right up to that motherfucker, crouch down, raise your shield, and just raise your shield upwards, you can just cheese this motherfucker all day long. As soon as he finishes his 1 or 3 string melee attack, you can get in 1 or 2 whacks on him, raise the shield again, wait for him to attack, rinse and repeat, and you can do this solo without issue, and you won't even get hit if you do it properly. And it's hard to mess up. So
Right.
if you're a solo fighter or solo cleric, give it a shot. Have you done that, Jay, as a cleric or a
Oh, yeah.
fighter?
I
Yeah.
did that when we duoed. I did it on the cleric.
Well, there you go. Bam. The other mini boss, which is goofy looking but also terrifying in its own weird way, is the demon centaur.
I've had so many bad interactions with that particular enemy. I can't fight it. I don't know how you fight it. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to cheese it, but other than jumping up where it can't get me, I cannot fight that thing.
I don't know how people would take it on solo either.
You can dodge all the attacks. I do know that.
Okay.
How?
Get
I believe
good.
you dodge, crouch, left.
Nerd.
I don't remember it. I just know you dodge, crouch to the left on the first one. I don't mess with it because if one centaur hit lands on a wizard, it's like 99% of your health. You literally go to 1 HP.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty.
I think it's tough.
It is tough. The description is high health, very fast movement speed. He's a fucking horse, so of course he's going to be quick. He has 2 types of damage-dealing attacks, a diagonal slash and a horizontal slash attack. And he is down in hell. You got to take a red portal, and you can go find that motherfucker hanging out down there.
Now,
And he's annoying.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that's it.
I was gonna say all 3 of these, right? On High Roller, they have the chance to drop gold keys and skeleton keys, right?
Not these guys.
Skelly
Not the mentors
champs
or
drop
centaurs?
golden keys. I don't know.
Really?
about the
Okay.
other
In
two.
High Roller?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Even
So
in
that's where
normals.
I
think
got.
it's a...
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I got 1 golden key the whole playtest, and we got that off of a Skelly champ. I think we were in High Roller too. I want to say.
I didn't know that. They could
Pretty
drop
sure normal is 3% drop rate, Skelly champ, and high roller 6%.
There you go.
them.
Pretty sure.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it was just the bigger bosses. I never found any of the
Yeah.
keys.
But so who drops the skeleton key?
Skeleton key drops from bosses. And it has a rare spawn chance. Oh god, I don't know. It's the Inferno room where it's got like the levels and the stairs where the Skelly mage sits at the top. You know that room?
Yeah.
And he has a little throne. On that throne spawns a skull key, but it's pretty low chance.
Very low shot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Good to know that the Skelly champ can drop a golden key in High Roller. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Right.
Now for the big bosses.
Oh, you
Start
want to
with
talk about what the Skelly key opens?
You want to skip ahead of keys? Let's talk keys.
No. Oh, is that the end? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I figured we could after we cover the bosses
gotcha.
that drop
Yeah.
them.
Oh, good.
So the solo Goblin Caves have this cute little guy called the Cave Troll. He is the new boss. The description reads, the new boss, mini boss that was announced for playtest 4. The character model is very cool. I like his movements. He looks awesome. He hits like a fucking truck. And Repos, everyone's favorite rogue in Dark and Darker, made this guy look like a fucking joke. He has a video. I highly recommend you check it out, where he is like a barely geared rogue that just takes down the cave troll. It takes him a while. It takes him several minutes, don't get me wrong here. But he just...
I think it was changed after that video.
No.
I think. I'm pretty sure we were talking about it earlier. I think so.
Oh, shit. Really? Well,
It was 100%. Okay, well there you go.
there goes my fucking chance of killing the cave troll.
I'm
Great.
sure there's 10 other videos that know how to do it though, but
Of
I think
course.
yeah, bad timing.
But yeah, the cave troll is hilarious. He's very cool. People are saying in chat that you can still do it, it's just harder. Okay, good to know. But yeah, he hits like a truck. He one-shot my barb when I tried to go in and dodge attacks. Didn't go very well for me. But yeah, he's a pretty formidable opponent in the Goblin Cave. I think players do actually team up in there. They use VoIP, they team up, and they try to take it down,
Yeah.
which is really
I think
cute.
that's some of the best VoIP opportunities in the game is Goblin Cave.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I really hope that the community like really pushes VoIP because I felt like I ran into like half the people weren't using VoIP, which was well
Right.
sad. But yeah, sometimes you'd yell at somebody and they would just look at you like you speak a foreign language and it'd be kind of not as fun. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just because it's not on by default. It's kind of a
Yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
I think what's confusing because I had the same problem Soma had. It for some reason sometimes it'll switch randomly from party to or from proximity to party.
Oh.
Yes.
So you think you're VoIPing with people, but you're only talking to your party.
That happened to me
Um,
where I was in a group. I had it switched on me somehow from proximity to group. These guys are talking to this player who's standing there. I'm trying to talk to him. I thought he was ignoring me. I was like, this motherfucker's just being a dick. He's ignoring me. So they're like having this conversation. I can't hear him at all. And I killed him. And they were like, what the fuck, man? That was
We're
evil.
Like, what? Why? Why did you do? He was like, what?
I was like,
He
no
gave us
mic,
everything.
no life, my dude. Everyone knows that. No mic, no life. They're like, he was
Jesus.
fucking talking. I was like, oh, I gotta check my settings. Gotta check my settings.
You're a menace, dude.
I know. I
Yeah.
felt bad. No, I didn't. Not even a little bit.
No.
It's a video game. But no, I'm happy
Fuck
I
'em.
killed him. I'm happy I killed that man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cave Troll, really interesting boss in the Goblin Cave. Interesting team up moments can be had to take him down. Now for the bosses that matter, though. The Lich and the Ghost King. And we'll start with the Lich. The description reads, summons an army of skeletons to his aid, curses players with different damage dealing debuffs, and shoots homing projectiles. And he is in hell as well, of course.
Very scary.
There's a website here, xputer.com, that has a little breakdown on how to defeat the bosses. We can go over this if you want, or Jay, you can just lay it on us. It's up to you.
He does big damage. He's got some mechanics.
Wait.
He's a lich.
Okay.
Summon skeletons. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Where do you go to school?
Actual mechanics. He does a blue circle, and it hits one person. It does more damage if there's more people in it. But I don't know. You should probably just read it.
Okay.
This is not my forte.
All good. Starting things off with the Lich boss, players will be able to encounter it when they head over to the Inferno area. There will be a stone door that players will need to open to make their way into the dungeon. I think everyone has experienced coming up to that door, realizing the circle's closing, and they have no choice but to go through that fucking room. And it's the cherry on top when all the escape portals are in there. And there's like...
I'll say, I love when the blue portals are in there, and it's the Lich. It's like free to get out.
Yeah, it is.
True.
It is easy. It's not so bad.
Because the
Ghost,
Lich
though,
is
sucks.
substantially easier than the Ghost King, right?
Ghost King will attack you, and he'll teleport and boop you off while you're trying to open the portal sometimes. So
It's happened to me a couple times, yeah.
Interesting.
Before players get started with the fight, it is crucial to fight with a proper team that has been geared up enough, since the Dark and Darker box will be a bit tough if you are undergeared. Okay, defeating this boss. Now, when you first get started while fighting the boss, there are a few things that players should keep in mind. Before you start the fight, you should go ahead and use a blue potion. Okay, hold on. When you encounter the boss, he will take note of you, and then he will go ahead and wrap himself in a purple aura while hovering his staff in his hand and raising it above his head. At that moment, he will be bending down a little bit. Therefore, this is the chance for players to head in for the first melee strikes. Cool. When you stab him, he will then immediately face you. Interesting. Okay, that's when you run in. Good to know. From there, he will then start targeting you. And players also need to make sure that they stay clear of the skeletons that the boss spawns, as they will horde you. And if you're not quick on your feet, you might end up being ambushed by them, or you could just be trapped completely and body blocked and encased, which would suck. Immediately step back from the boss and head towards a wall and take a health potion if you're getting too low in health. Call for your allies, and you want to ensure that you stick together at all costs. So that moment, the boss will hurl his staff up in the air and shoot at a purple projectile. There will be 2 purple circles that will surround the staff, after which the projectile gets launched out at either you or one of your allies. After that, you want to continue sticking together. And as the boss starts to launch out another projectile, you want to start rotating on the edges of the room, basically staying close to the walls and close to your allies, and consistently rotating around. At this moment, the boss will target you and shoot out yet another purple projectile that you can simply dodge by moving to the side. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
The Lich will then take a second to raise his staff and summon another projectile. And this is the moment where you can head in for a few hits alongside your allies. Keep attacking him. Another thing that players should always keep in mind is never to stop moving. After you launch an attack, instantly move to the side, keep dodging, and keep moving. Otherwise, you will get hit no matter what. Is that true, Jay?
Yep.
Okay.
He does like a zap. That's like super. He basically does a zap. And that does like big damage.
Interesting.
And the other one is
This
like
is-
a death ball, where it'll 100% kill you, and you have to block it. Either use like the map, run into a corner and have it hit the wall. It's pretty slow. Or you
Yeah.
have to have it hit like a skelly or something,
Ah, okay.
and it eats it.
Good to know. After you're done attacking him, get away by a few feet and keep rotating around the room while he launches out yet another large projectile. We'll continue to repeat the projectiles. We'll need to heal in between as well.
You have to hit a teammate, yeah.
Fucking sneezes. I sneeze like 30 times a day. I hate it. Rotate a bit more, then charge towards him and carry out a few more attacks. There's ever a moment during the fight where you need to bandage, make sure you pick a time when he is either not targeting you or he is a bit vulnerable to do so. Otherwise, you will get interrupted by the Lich. Oh, that sucks. After you have rotated a certain amount, you will notice that the skeletons will start to follow you, so you can go ahead and start rotating in the other direction. When he consistently launches out his projectiles, there will come a time when he will be at his wit's end, and you can go ahead and simply finish him off. Interesting. Okay.
I don't know if that
Is there missing
guide
something?
per se is necessarily accurate. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
He has. I'd say his main mechanic is like the circles. There's a blue circle where it does single target damage, and if someone, it's like an anti-soak. It's not a soak, right? Blue circle, personal. You get hit by it, does like half your health, and then it also heals you up a little bit. Actually, I think both circles do. The purple circle is like a soak mechanic, where you want your teammates to stand in it with you before it pops, because it reduces the damage taken. And then he has the zap, the death ball. In High Roller, he does like an aura around him, like a ring. And if you're outside of the ring, you take damage. So you have to be like within his radius or whatever. He has an enrage mechanic on the skellies. So he basically turns them like super fast and they attack fast and stuff, like the other skellies. That's pretty much it. Yeah,
That's
or
cool.
you can you bring a cleric and you can cleanse off the circles, and it completely negates that mechanic.
Well,
It's like
Oh,
a big part of the
that's cool.
And then he has a melee where he does like a diagonal like magic slash. I died to that on my wizard.
Interesting.
So I was trying to crystal sword him, yeah.
So the difference with High Roller is that he has that ring that you have to stand inside, and he can enrage his army.
Yes, those are, as far as I know, those are the high roller mechanic differences, yeah.
Interesting. That's kind of cool.
that's cool. They have different mechanics for high roller versus normal. I was a coward,
Some more
and I
health.
never attempted a boss kill. I was just like, it seems kind of hard, so I'll just murder people, I guess. I don't know.
That's kind of what I
So-
wanted to do too. Like
I do the same thing. Yeah.
I was semi interested in maybe doing a boss run, but every time we wanted to do one, we ended up just slaughtering people and getting full bags and leaving. So
Yeah.
Right.
I think this playtest, though, I definitely would like to do the bosses, do some more PvE shit.
I want to try that 95% armor reduction fighter build, and then go try to do a
yeah.
boss room because I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
Just
but the
tank
boss
it.
don't the bosses do a lot of magic damage that would fuck you up?
I think it's like all magic. Yeah, you can
Well-
go kill the cave troll. Oh, he did it in that one video. Yeah,
Oh
he
yeah.
just tanked the cave troll.
Yeah, you can just do
He's just
that.
getting, he got smacked like 20 times. It didn't even die.
That's cool.
Goddamn.
That's pretty cool. All right, now for the big nasty Ghost King. The description reads,
Yep.
does melee attacks, teleports on the player, applies a stacking debuff, does a slam attack, can summon 3 death skulls, performs a far-reaching scream attack that hits anything in the direction that he's facing. Yeah, the end. That's the end of the description.
All right.
He's down in hell. The Ghost King is annoying. I'm not a fan of that boss, but he is cool.
Pretty hard.
Yeah, he seems pretty hard.
You want the mechanics? I got you.
Yeah, like if we don't need to use this website, that seems like it's omitting
Sure.
or forgetting or leaving out information. Let's just hear from you.
This sounds like whoever wrote that Lich one has probably never killed the Lich.
Oh, there's
That would be my
guides
guess.
in. Oh my god, I didn't realize the guide inside of this wiki. Oh, go fucking
Well, there
figure.
you go.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Ghost King, I think his main mechanic are the pools. So when he teleports, he drops a little pool. He does like a fan, like spit attack. It shoots like 5 bolts. If you get hit by one, it makes a pool.
Hmm.
I like
I
pools.
think that's it. But the pools, the thing about them is you get a stacking debuff, right? And when he screams, he
Okay.
pops the stacks. So if you get too high a stacks and he screams, you
Oh.
like guaranteed die, right?
Wow.
So a lot
Yeah.
of it is managing where the pools go. Like trying not to get hit by that like the 5 shot or whatever. 'Cause
I've
if you get hit by one, it makes a pool.
yeah, I've definitely been hit by his like soul sucking move where you're just like stuck
Oh,
and
The
he just
eat, yeah.
the Ghost King eat. That shit sucks.
he-
There's nothing. I guess maybe would a cleric be able to cleanse
Don't
it so
forget
you can
his
get away?
big suck.
I'm not sure if I don't know.
I wonder if a
I
cleric
know
could
you can
save
out
you.
heal it though. Cleric can cleanse it. Okay. That's
Wait,
cool.
so
Yeah,
okay,
he has-
that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
cool.
there you go.
But does it end until the player dies, or is there a timer on it?
No, there's a timer. You can actually out heal it. You just have
Okay.
to like pre-pop potions and then bandage up during it and stuff. But yeah, he does like
Ah.
the big eat, the big suck, if you will, and he's I think
And you
he's
avoid
invulnerable
this?
during that.
Or is this
Yeah, you
like
can just
something
run
you have
from
to
him.
eat? Oh, okay.
You can just run. Yeah. But if you're like a fighter or a cleric, you're probably not going to outrun him because they'll just be
Yeah.
slow, a little tanky, you know.
Hmm.
He does the slam. The slam's like the iconic one. He teleports in the middle. He flies up and then he bonks onto the ground, makes like a little earthquake or some shit. I don't know what you would want to call it.
How do you avoid that? I
Mm.
remember I fought him the second playtest, and that killed me twice. And I was like, all right, fuck this.
Yeah.
So how do you avoid that one?
He shoots these little sprites on his head. He flies up and you have to stare at his head and like he makes like little sprites. I don't know. Some stuff like goes above his head. As soon as you see that, you jump and you'll avoid it.
Oh, you jump as soon as you see the sprites.
Yeah, you don't time the jump when he slams the ground. You time it when he has the sprites on his head.
Oh.
It's a little unintuitive, yeah.
See, I've been killed by the slam a couple times too, from playtest 3, and I was trying to jump as he landed.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
You would think that's how it works, but it just doesn't.
I was trying to be
So
clever
weird.
with my timing and shit, and just fucking dying. Just dying.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Okay,
And
so
then he summons those bats, and that's pretty much it.
so how is he
So that's
different in
the
High
whole game.
Roller?
I don't know if he has high roller mechanics. I think the bats are nightmare bats. So they do the double dash, you know? Those can
Yeah,
really mess
so
you up.
annoying. Yeah.
I think that's it.
Okay. Let's see. His earthquake ability will one-shot anyone that does not jump in time. To perfectly time the jump, you need to pay attention to his head. Then when you spot blue sparks, that's when you need to jump. If you survive the jump, Ghost
There
King
you
will
go.
spawn 3 death skulls. Running Holy Purification, your cleric will one-shot these. High Roller. High Roller Ghost King will be identical in mechanics, but have more HP and deal more damage.
There you go.
Bam. Bam. Right there. So
Jeez.
these are the bosses, but when you fight a boss, there's always spoils. And that is the golden
Dude.
keys and the skull keys.
Yeah, tell me about the loot.
Yeah.
And the named items in High Roller. The
And
weapons.
named. Yeah, we'll get to uniques next. But Jay, do you want to drop the golden key and skull key knowledge bombs on us, sir?
Sure. Golden key opens either the ring map on the tower, or I don't know how to describe the room, but it's got like 2 oval shaped rooms, and then in between those is 2 gates, and it has the ramps that go down in the middle. But behind that door is a golden hoard, and you can loot it 1,000,000 times. Well, until the game ends. And you just get random treasures and random like weapons and gear and stuff. So you can min-max it, you know. Get like a full inventory of purple, legendary, blue treasures and walk out with like 1,000 gold a person.
Yeah, if you get to the hoard room, I personally think you should completely empty your inventory and just keep spamming F.
Oh yeah.
The only thing that sucks is if you have bad resourcefulness, it takes quite a long time.
It takes forever
to fill it up. But
yeah.
As the bar is filling up, you do see little things start to pop in your inventory, which is cool. But yeah, you can get a ton of stuff. You can just stand there and keep hitting F, and it's kind of great.
Yeah, if you've never seen an Orlanthe stream, that's like what he loves. He loves that gold hoard.
It does feel good to loot it. It feels good to loot it. It does. Okay, the skull key. This I don't know shit about the skull key.
Skull key. Oh man, they nerfed it a little bit, but skull
Really?
key opens. Yeah, they nerfed it a tiny, decent bit, I would say. Opens the only vault in the game, and it's in hell only. One of the variants, so you can get unlucky and just not get it. But inside there's like a skull bat and a skelly, I think, or maybe 2 skull bats and a skelly. It has 6 chests in there. And it has a table. On that table is a guaranteed weapon. It used to be a legendary weapon, guaranteed. There's only so many, so there's like the war maul, crossbow, magic staff, couple other weapons and stuff. But it used to be legendary. Now it's I think blue and higher, unfortunately.
Blue and higher? Oh,
blue.
That's
Yeah.
It's kind of lame.
So
a little lame.
Above legendary,
extremely actually.
Yeah, that does suck. Above legendary, though, there's named unique items. Did a unique or could a unique show up in the skull room?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. There's unique and name though, but they're the same rarity tech.
Yeah, it's what? There's gray, white, blue, purple, yellow, gold, then unique. Or am I getting it wrong?
Yeah. Yeah, you forgot the green though, but yeah.
Let's see, gray, white, green, yeah, blue, purple, orange, then gold. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And with that, now we can get into the juicy, fun shit, the uniques.
Beautiful.
Uniques are cool. Some of them kind of suck, in my opinion, but some of them are really fucking cool. Yeah, we'll get to that.
I think some of them should suck, though. Like, some of them should be meme weapons. You know what I mean? Like a sword, if you hit somebody with, like, bubbles fly out or something, that'd be hilarious. I'd be down for some meme runs.
I want a named war maul where if you kill them, their body just fucking flies across the map.
Call it the yeeter or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to start with the swords. The first one is the arming sword, Kuma's Claw. Weapon damage is between 40 and 42, minus 20 weapon speed, up to 5 enchantments, and then it gives plus 15 additional dark magical damage. This stat is interesting. We haven't seen dark magic yet on any other kind of gear or in any other mechanics or on any enemies. Players don't have access to this except on this weapon and the falchion, which we'll get to next. I think dark magic damage will be something we'll see later on, obviously. It's something that will be added to the game. Maybe warlocks will have some sort of dark magic abilities or something like that for players to utilize.
Blast dark magic?
It's force.
Oh.
It's force.
Yeah, it's I like to describe it as like a magical shotgun. You're just shooting like magic at people. You're just blowing them apart.
It looks like, think Force lightning in Star Wars ish, but less beams, and it like.
Isn't it just lightning though?
It's not lightning.
Wait.
It's like different.
What we're talking about Eldritch Blast, right?
Yeah.
It's like a bolt. It's like think like.
Yeah, let's pull it up.
It's not like a beam.
Blast. Let's look at an image of this shit. See, this is the way I look at it, or how I envision it. Here's Eldritch Blast. It's almost like a bolt meets an energy beam in a way. I kind of hearken it to almost like force lightning that the Emperor would use in Star Wars, but not so lightning-y. That makes sense. Here's like a Eldritch Blast. Here's like a image of it. It's pretty cool. Here's a card, Eldritch Blast. Kind of lightning-y-ish. Not quite. Yeah. Next up, though. I mean, okay, Arming Sword, though. Arming Sword's okay. Plus 15 additional dark magical damage. It's kind of boring. You're just getting flat DPS.
Just extra damage. Yeah.
Just extra
I
damage.
think every unique should have like a cool mechanic that you're aiming for. So when you find it, you're like, oh shit, you know.
Sure.
I think that's what should be on a unique. I don't think so much it should be, wow, this weapon hits really hard. I think it should either like look really cool, like that halberd that Orlanthi guy uses.
Yep.
I'm sure it's really good too, but a flaming halberd, like that's badass.
Yeah.
Something like that, or a unique effect, like that Warmaul you mentioned. You know, hit somebody and they just go flying. That'd be hilarious. That'd be awesome.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
I think that's what unique should be, not just strong weapon. I think it should be something you can like make like a specific build around. I think that'd be super cool.
I agree, because there's a missed opportunity with the next item here, the Falchion Kuma's Fang. So obviously there's two Kuma weapons, Kuma's Claw, Kuma's Fang. The Fang is just another primary weapon, one-handed sword that also does plus 15 additional dark magical damage.
What's the damage on the Falchion, though?
53 to 55, which is quite good.
It's pretty good.
That's
But
amazing.
see, that would be cool. You know, that might be cool if, say, the Falchion is like glowing with like black magic. That'd be sick.
I think
I'd be okay with that.
They do.
Is it?
Yes.
Kuma's Claw?
But here's what would be amazing. What if you could dual wield Kuma's Claw and Kuma's Fang, and if you use them as a set, you unlock something else?
That would be sick.
That would be more interesting. If you use them, if you use Kuma's Claw and Fang both, you get plus 15 additional dark magical damage in each item. Cool, but something else should unlock. What that is, I don't know. Maybe you move faster in complete darkness or something like that.
Like the War Glaze of Azeroth, dude. You get like, what do you get? You get haste.
I'm gonna link the video.
Exactly. You're thinking like I'm thinking.
Demon damage,
Yeah.
We don't got to listen to this guy, but he shows a bunch of the uniques, like what they look like in game.
You know, I heard something interesting about Kuma's Claw and Fang. What if the dragon is named Kuma, the dragon boss, because it's his claw and fang? You know what I mean?
Oh,
maybe he does like dark
shit.
magic attacks. Someone was saying that before. And
That's a really good thought. That's a good thought. That could be right.
I got my money on the dragon being named Kuma after that one. Yeah.
That's actually a really cool thought. I like that. I like that.
I like the lore.
That's a really cool idea.
Awesome.
The next weapon is hilarious. I have been killed by this fucking thing in the Goblin Caves. It was nasty. It's the longsword Fulgor.
Yes.
52. It's fucking cool. 52 to 54 damage, minus 40 move speed, up to 5 extra enchantments. If you hit an enemy, summons a thunderbolt to deal 20 additional magic damage. Now look, I know we just said
so sick.
Just adding magical damage is kind of boring, blah blah blah. With this though, the animation and the effect looks so visually awesome that you don't mind that it's just extra damage. A fucking holy bolt, a thunderbolt from above comes down and strikes the fucking creature that you're hitting or the player that you're hitting, and it does really, really badass damage. And you can kill people in just a couple of hits with Fulgor. It's fucking
generous.
I got my barbarian. It took 2 hits. He threw an axe at me, slowed me, ran up on me, hit me with 2 strikes with Fulgor, and I died.
Jeez.
That's awesome.
And I hit him a couple of times with I was dual wielding axes, the horseman and hatchet.
And you almost got him, huh?
I got him to like half health. He was like decked out in everything. He had amazing armor. He had Fulgor. He had a bunch of throwing axes.
Oh, dude.
It's fucking crazy.
We have got a show. Go to here. I like this video. Go to like 2:30. You can see the dude literally summon lightning on somebody.
Okay.
That is awesome.
All right, let's go to 2:30. It's badass.
Perfect time for me to
Just
get my
fucking
cookies
sick, dude. See, that's cool. Like, I think if it has like a cool, unique effect, like, and if it looks cool, yeah. Why go get a unique if it doesn't look badass? If it doesn't look sick, you know what I mean?
Totally.
I think that's awesome. I think that's a good
Alright,
compromise.
let's see another
of
strike.
Utility.
About to see another strike here. It's gonna kill this fucking ranger, I hope. Don't you die, Orlanthe. Surely he'll get in there.
Surely. Now, is the strat here with the Pavas because it's just such a big shield to have that as your shield?
I guess, yeah.
Or Pavis, or whatever, however you pronounce it.
I'm so sorry.
All good.
Thinking about him the whole time.
All right, let's see him hit this motherfucker. Oh, that looks great.
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
Look at that.
You're literally Thor the longsword man. That's awesome.
Shout out to Orlanthe's gameplay, by the way. Check out Orlanthe, he's really good. Apparently, his voice is his real voice. It is not a voice modulator. The guy sounds like a Dark Lord of the Sith. It's awesome. Good for him. Good for him. The next...
Must be nice.
That must be nice. He's like, you're next. I was like, is this motherfucker using a voice modulator? Nope. You just sounds like that.
He's used to work for Sauron. He's really was in the pitch training his voice.
Yeah, he sounds intense. The next weapon is the rapier Viola. This is the main weapon that Repose was using for his most geared rogue and darker video series. It's fucking awesome. I want this weapon. 28 to 29 weapon damage, which is like, but it's attacks very fast, and the movement speed is only -17, which is awesome. You get 5 extra enchantments, and then hitting an enemy deals, it's not 2 additional magic damage. It's more than that. Definitely not 2, though. I don't know what it is, but it's not 2. It's higher than that. Additional magic damage, freezes them, and frostbites them. Oh, okay. They reverse the numbers. Hitting an enemy deals 10 additional magic damage, freezes them, and frostbites them for 2 seconds. And I don't know if this item was operating properly during the playtest, because there was no... You saw like a frostbite effect, and they were kind of slow for like a second.
It didn't freeze them though.
But there was no freeze or anything like that.
Yeah, does freeze mean it's supposed to stun them for 2 seconds?
I think it's like a root, I would imagine, right?
I would imagine that it is like a half-second flash stun that turns into a bit of a slow with the frostbite.
But every hit?
Something like that.
It's fucking crazy. It's
intense. That's too much if that's every hit.
Maybe that's why they didn't have it like that in the playtest.
Yeah, I think slow's fine, but if you get stunned every hit,
it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
I think it would have to be a root.
Yeah, maybe
the funny part about it, if you stab someone in the eyes, they can't see because that.
Oh yeah, the
blocks
frost.
their vision.
Yeah, it's really.
Oh,
cool.
That's sick.
Yeah, wherever you hit someone, you see ice form where the weapon struck.
That is badass.
So if you hit them in the arm, they're gonna have like a frozen arm. It looks fucking cool. It's a wonderful
sick,
weapon. Yeah. I absolutely want to have a rogue that uses that rapier. If I can achieve that, that'd be awesome. We'll see.
Are you sure it's not called Viola though?
Viola, tomato, tomato.
I'm just curious.
Viola, sure. Viola.
I think it's Viola.
Viola. I say Viola. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is viola, but
yeah.
I mean, there's a violin. You don't call it a violin.
Is it voila? Probably not.
Maybe.
The next item type is the mace. There's just one right now. It's the Morning Star. Pulverizing Prayer. Weapon damage 51 to 53, which is fucking strong. -25 move speed, which is not bad. 5 extra enchantments.
Yeah.
Of course, crushes the enemy's armor with each hit, reducing the target's physical defense by minus 25%, stacks up to 3 times. Your 95% AR fighter would just get fucking cut the fuck up with this thing. Bashed.
Like
Yeah, after 3 hits,
I'd
have 75% less.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very, very strong.
That's crazy.
Now, how long does the effect last? It doesn't say. I don't know. I'd have to imagine at least a few seconds, though. It does stack up to 3 times. And then I guess after a few seconds, you would have to restart the stacks. But that's pretty fucking cool. And I just realized there's little descriptors. Let's go back to Kuma's Claw. Forged from the flames of a mighty black dragon. Look at that.
Oh, there it is.
This sword claws of the target's
right.
soul, inflicting lethal damage. Holy shit, look. It's almost as if the guy that said that read the fucking item.
Probably read it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a fucking genius.
Oh.
What a reader. Wow. The Fang.
Whatever.
Seems the great black dragon has lost a tooth. No matter, will continue its bloody purpose. Awesome. Full gore. Long ago, a king was gifted this artifact by someone who valued his sense of dream, justice, love, and kindness, hoping to help him carve these principles into the world. Okay. Viola. The chill of winter flows in the wake of this icy blade, gifted from the Winter Fae, who wanted to prove there is nothing stronger than the cold bite of their domain. Cool. Back to pulverizing prayer. Gifted to a holy fighter long ago by a demigod, proving faith is also a powerful weapon, crushing all non-believers. Awesome. That's cool.
Wow.
That's
I like
cool.
how they say fighter, but you have to use weapon mastery to use it, right?
Well, holy fighter.
Yeah,
so-
actually.
Oh,
yeah,
holy fighter.
there's your lore discrepancy.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
it's a holy fighter, which means fighter, cleric, or paladin, in my opinion.
It could be a paladin as well, and it doesn't say paladin in the description. What
That's
paladin
true.
uses? Also, what paladin uses a morning star?
Lots.
Aren't
Really?
they supposed to use big old swords?
I think paladins are
Paladins-
smiting bitches. with big old swords.
Paladins can use maces, swords, shields, mauls. Oh, yeah.
I
Absolutely.
mean, I guess it can, but
Of course. Absolutely. Come on.
I don't know.
They want to bash armor in. They want to bash heads with their smites
Oh, yeah,
too, of
hammers.
course. Yeah. Hammers, mauls, swords, axes. I mean, a paladin can use a one-handed axe and a shield too. It's all
Lavender
viable.
Press does have a good point. He says they're just better fighters, which is like once Paladin comes out, why even play fighter if you can be holy fighter? You know what I mean? I think that's going to be an interesting balance there for sure.
Yeah, I'm very excited to
Weird.
see what they do with it. We'll see. Next up, Polearm Cinder. This is the one Orlanthe was using a lot. This thing is fucking awesome. What I like about Halberd is the follow-up attack. The second attack is very fast, and it's a poke. So you can do a quick 1-2 with...
Never used it.
It's a cool weapon. It has the best range out of all the melee weapons. It's slightly better than the spear
really?
as well. Yeah. So you can be super far back, and if you're good at sidestepping and footsie, you can keep a barbarian or another fighter or a cleric or a rogue. Well, rogues are hard. But another melee player pretty far away, they'll be trying to hit you, and you'll be able to absolutely demolish them at a pretty decent range. It's pretty cool.
It also has a block, right?
I think
so.
I thought the right click was another attack.
Oh. Alright.
Yeah.
It might be. I think it's if you double click, right click.
I don't know.
Maybe. I could be wrong.
But the weapon damage is
Swipe.
66 to 69. Movement speed is minus 50.
Nice.
Boo. Obviously, it gets up to 5 extra enchantments. Hitting an enemy deals 10 additional magic damage and burns them for 3 seconds. I don't know how much the burn damage is, but I think it's pretty significant. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I heard it scales with magic power or magic damage too.
Yeah.
So you could wear like physical magic damage gear and it would probably just rail.
Yeah. It's fucking strong. Watching Orlanthe use it was pretty incredible. The descriptor is, it will be difficult to keep track of your kill count, for they have all been reduced to a pile of ash. Nice.
Nice. That's
That's
a good
cool.
one.
It's really cool. Axes.
Now, does it just actually kill them, or does it actually turn them into a pile of ash?
Nah, it just kills them.
I think they just die.
See, that'd be a cool unique if they actually were a pile of ash when they died.
That'd be awesome. As long as you could still loot them.
Yeah.
The double axe, life
True.
after death. This one's interesting. Pretty awesome bar backs. The weapon damage is insane. 74 to 77. Fucking A.
Jeez.
Minus 45 move speed. 5 extra enchantments, of course. I think every unique has 5 extra enchantments.
Yeah.
When receiving a lethal attack, HP becomes 1. Become invincible for 2 seconds. Holy shit. HP reduces to 1 or becomes 1, and you become invincible for 2 seconds. That's fucking crazy. That's just enough to finish someone off, run away, and heal.
Right. And to give your cleric a time to hit you with like 4 heals in 2 seconds.
Exactly. This effect can only be triggered once during an adventure. Probably a good thing. That'd be fucked up.
How do you? What's the key?
If
Oh
you-
no, you
if
just
there was
happens
more
when
than
you.
one. Yeah, just one time. If you hit 0 or have a lethal attack against you, you essentially get like a little bubble.
That's cool.
The descriptor reads, "Death comes for us all one day. Is today that day?" Ooh, ominous.
Mm.
But yeah, it looks really cool too in game. One of my personal favorites is the Horseman's Axe. I love Horseman's Axe with hatchet. I love dual wield barb. It's so fun to just mope. It feels like you're a lawnmower. That's what it feels like. You're just running over people. Weapon damage is 37 to 39. Move speed minus 30. 5 extra enchantments. Hitting the target will render them unable to receive any healing effects for 20 seconds. 20 seconds?
I don't know what they're thinking with 20 seconds.
That needs to be cut in half.
Needs to be cut down to 2.
No.
Well,
It needs to be
five.
10.
Maybe like 5.
8 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
meet you in the middle, Soma. 3. There we go.
No,
it's
no. Give me 8
It's
seconds
unique.
on it.
That
8
is
seconds.
broken.
It's... Oof, that's rough. 20 seconds, way too long. But a fighter can use it as well, which is cool. Barbarian,
Maybe
obviously.
5.
5
feels
seconds,
good.
that's fine. Because you're going to be hitting... It swings so fast. And you can just stay on top of someone with it because the movement speed
Yeah,
is only
right.
minus 30. So it's not like you can't keep applying it anyway. An enchanted axe crafted by using the blood and essence from the third of the legendary 4 horsemen. That's badass.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
there's some
Nice.
new boss lore.
Yep, exactly. We got
Dude,
Kuma the
in the
Black
woods,
Dragon. We got the 4 horsemen. of the
horsemen riding around?
Apocalypse. That'd be sick.
Ooh.
That'd
like
be
a headless
sick.
horseman kind of guy. That'd be sick.
That'd be amazing. Because we're gonna see another one of the horseman's weapons here in the bow category. But let's start with the longbow. The Nippolan, I guess, is how you pronounce that. I'm not sure.
Nice.
The bow looks really cool. Weapon damage is 59 to
It
62.
sure does.
59 to 62. Holy shit.
Is a longbow?
That's a lot.
Longbow.
Yeah.
Yep, it's fucking crazy. Move speed is minus 50. It pushes the hit target back. It's kind of cool.
Let's see what the
Kinda
pushback on that's like, actually.
Never seen it actually be used yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I don't even know if there's a video of it.
Let me look it up.
The
I wanna
descriptor
see how far
reads...
it pushes you back.
Yeah, I would like to see that too. A bow crafted by a legendary tribe of warriors known as the Penobscots. Penobscots?
Okay.
So terrifyingly strong it knocks back their foes. Penobscots. I guess how you... Penobscots? I don't know. Very cool though. I don't even think it's in the game yet. I haven't seen it. I don't even think there's a video of
I
it.
think it's in the game.
Excuse
Pretty soon.
Excuse me.
I cannot
I've
find
never
any
seen the video.
footage
It's in the game.
of the
there you
nipple
go.
on.
It is in the game. Okay.
I gotta ask Lindstrom. I'm sure he had it.
Yeah, if we can see a video, that'll be awesome. The next one is really, really cool. It's Pestilence, the recurve bow. Weapon damage 47 to 49 for a recurve. That's pretty gross. 5 extra enchantments, of course. Hitting the target inflicts a disease that deals 3 magic damage for 3 seconds. That's wrong. I'm pretty sure it's more than 3 magic damage. That would make
Pretty sure it
sense
is
to
too, yeah.
tick one damage every second for 3 seconds.
I think it's 3 per tick.
Yeah, 9 makes sense, like 3, 3, 3, and
Right.
that's, does it stack? Like if you hit him a couple times Would it stack?
I doubt it. Probably just refreshes the duration.
And I suppose if you have plus magic damage in your build, it would do more as well, which is cool. Who knows though? I'm not sure. The descriptor reads, capable of spreading poison that will have its victims begging for death. This cursed bow once belonged to the first of the legendary 4 horsemen. That was kind of worded weirdly. Yep. Pestilence is one of the riders. Of course, Famine is too. The survival bow. This is a really interesting one.
My other favorite.
Yeah, this is sick. The Elven Bow of Truth. 26 to 27 weapon damage, minus 30 move speed, 5 extra enchantments. When shooting a bow, the action speed is very fast, and the arrow flies in a straight line. Now this thing is fucking fast, and it can fuck someone up real quick. It's very, very good in my opinion.
The quiver on the survival bow is like 12, right? It's pretty large.
7.
Or it's like 8, 7. Okay, wow. Still quite large.
It's pretty good.
Basically an AK, dude.
Yeah,
Shooting
it's
in a straight
fast.
line, no bullet drop, you know? Crazy.
You brought magic to a gunfight. Hell yeah.
The descriptor reads, a bow made by the elves by forging the branches of the tree of truth. Cool. It's pretty awesome. And then finally, the heater shield, the Aegis. Armor rating, 46 to 49. Move speed, only minus 15. You get your 5 extra enchantments. Can deflect projectile spells while in defensive stance. After the reflection is triggered, you remain able to reflect for 3 seconds and cannot reflect again for 20 seconds after performing a spell reflection. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So
Probably the coolest one. In all
it's
reality.
very, very cool. I've seen this used in a video against the Lich.
Right.
He shot his projectile at the guy. He raised the shield. The projectile went back and hit the Lich and did a bunch of damage. It was really fucking cool. You can obviously reflect a wizard's fireball, shit like that. Or a zap.
How often is
Strange
wizard
did
shooting
that.
the fireball at you, though? I feel like a lot of times it goes at your feet.
Probably very
Depends. Yeah, I'd say often. What were you gonna say, Jay?
So bad Strange reflected a fireball at the wizard who shot it and one-tapped him with it. Actually,
That is
sick.
awesome.
If you have a video of that, I would love to see that.
Yes, please.
Oh, I don't know if I could find it.
That would be
It's
fucking
like
What's
in
his
a
name?
long video.
So bad.
So
Strange.
bad,
Strange?
strange.
Yeah, he's cool.
Oh,
He's a
I'll
good
look it up.
content creator. There's a lot of good Dark and Darker content creators floating around.
Anyone got the clip in chat? Come on now.
Yeah, if anyone has.
Oh, he's
it,
a wizard. He's a wizard and he uses it?
No, he's a cleric.
No,
and
no.
he bounces the fireball back at a wizard. That casts it
Okay,
on him.
yeah. Yeah, this is going to be hard to find.
Yeah, Spud Hunter's awesome too. He's a solo ranger. I'm sure he's had some of the bows too.
I think he had 2 of them or 3. 2 of them.
I saw him
Survival and
using
Recurve.
Pestilence for a while,
Right.
which is an awesome bow. But the descriptor on Aegis reads, crafted by a powerful and mysterious being to aid in eliminating magic users. He saw wizards lust for magic, fearing they would grow too powerful. Cool.
Oh. That
That's
ties
awesome.
into the next part. Wizard got no named items. Ranger got 5. How is that fair?
It's just for now.
How is that fair?
What?
That's
Okay,
messed
let me
up.
ask you this. Pitch me a wizard item. I feel like a wizard item is way harder to make.
All right,
You know what I mean?
that leads us to the next question. What do you hope to see in future unique items? Let's have this discussion now. Jay, what do you want to see for wizards?
You want an invisibility
Oh,
cloak? Harry Potter
man.
cloak, dude? Harry Potter blanket?
Maybe. I'll take that.
Yeah, that won't be bad. Question actually. This is completely
Hmm.
off the rails. But when he's wearing the blanket, and it's in like the second or first movie, or I forget when he gets it. It's the first movie, right? Where he gets the blanket. Isn't it
so.
like at his height? Wouldn't that item become useless once he comes of age and he becomes taller? Like, wouldn't the blanket not work anymore? It'd, like, show his legs with him like under it.
Wait, what are you
Have to
talking about?
crouch down a
You're
little.
talking about Harry Potter?
Yeah, the invisible blanket in Harry Potter.
The cloak of invisibility? The blanket. It's a cloak.
I mean, it's a
He's
blanket.
got a
It's-
special blankie. First of all, he used it like a blanket. It's not even... he didn't use it like a cloak, which I thought was dumb in the movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of the 3 powerful wizard items that you learn about in the
Oh.
end of the book series.
So,
yeah.
Invisible
What are the other
blanket, first
two?
item.
The Elder Wand, and then God, what's the other one? There's the Cloak Invisibility, the Elder Wand. What's the other one, chat? I know you guys know.
Someone make a joke,
The
please.
stone.
Oh, the Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's
Yeah,
Stone.
Philosopher's
Philosopher's
Stone.
Stone, right?
So you can be immortal or live forever,
Gotcha.
something like that. Okay. So, what does Wizard need? I think there should be a unique crystal ball. And
Flying shoes.
Okay. Flying shoes would be cool. Wizard
Alright.
shoes.
I'll take those.
That allow you to
I
fly.
really want, man.
I think that
Some
actually
Hermes boots.
that would be sick. I think a
It
crystal
would be
ball.
so broken.
I think
Like it'd have to be timed. Go ahead.
I think a scrying ball that would allow you to see enemies through walls.
You could see like one team.
Ooh, broken.
That'd be cool.
If you had a scryer's ball and you could see people, the outline of enemies, not all the way through the map, obviously, but like a one wall over, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if you could activate it like once per raid, and for like 15 seconds you could like have gain spectator mode. You could scry
Oh,
and like
so
Okay,
sick,
that's
but
cool.
broken.
That is a
yeah.
that's
but
what
you can only use it
scrying is.
once per raid, and you can spectate. You can go spectator
That'd
mode
be
for like 15
interesting.
seconds.
I like that
That'd
idea.
be cool.
Yeah, that's what scrying essentially is. But
Mm.
if you scry, you see like a glowing orb of someone watching you. So if
Oh,
you're
that'd be cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just like with the scrying spell.
Yeah,
or
that'd be
whatever.
good.
That would be sick. I like that
I
a
got
lot.
2 ideas.
Okay, let's hear him.
Spell book.
Okay,
Chance to the free, like not using a spell charge.
that's
Okay.
good.
This other
I like
one,
that.
can't remember who said it, but it was something where like if you kill somebody, their soul heart like vanishes, so they can't get res. I like that one.
Oh,
You burn their soul with magic.
That's kind of
Word,
cool.
that's right.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
There's some other
Yeah.
ones like double cast a spell and stuff, but that's just so broken.
I saw laughing.
I mean,
Depressed.
there is a rogue sword that freezes people. I think you can get a double cast on a spell as wizard.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Laughing Depressed has a great idea.
Okay.
A very famous item that you can get in D&D, Wand of Magic Missile. Imagine you just have Magic Missile as your main attack with that wand. With a
Mm.
damage
sick.
cap. With a damage cap, though, I think. Or else it gets too crazy. But instead of shooting out like a little spark of damage or smacking someone with the wand, bam, you just get Magic Missile as your left click.
I don't know.
That'd be
I kind of like it being unlimited because magic missile's not all that powerful in PvP. Like it has its uses at certain times, but like for the most part, it's not super important in PvP.
How fucking good is that shit in PvP, Jay? I've seen motherfuckers
used to be-
delete people with Magic Missile.
Yeah.
It
If a
used to
fighter
be the
gets
end
close,
all be all,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
It's a little. It's
I
much
feel like I
weaker
get
now, but we just need
zapped
some
and like
gear.
fireballed more often.
Yeah.
Yes,
Magic Missile
because
got gutted a little bit. That's why.
And also, most people aren't ballsy enough to just stand there and take on a charging barbarian or fighter, and because you can't move when you're casting Magic Missile, right?
Yeah.
So most people are trying to kite and run away from a fighter, but I've seen good wizards just stand their ground and fire Magic Missile and pump them into a fighter that's running up on them, and they just get fucking owned.
Hold men
And
to the lights in their eyes.
Basically, yeah.
I would take
Yeah, no,
one
no.
missile at a time if you could shoot and move.
That
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
sick.
That would be sick. You could pew pew. How fast could you spam it
Yeah.
though? Because there'd be some dudes going. There'd be some,
You're gonna have to be a cap, dude.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
for
it's,
sure.
Like 7 missiles, and then you have to wait a few seconds.
You got to
or something.
reload.
Yeah, like a quiver or
Oh,
something.
that's a good one. Named Crystal
Hmm.
Ball makes a light orb explode and do damage. Ooh.
Ah, that's kind
Be
of
sick.
cool. I like that.
I think scrying is our best one so far.
Yeah, the scrying
that's
one would be really cool. Someone said the equivalent of the hand and eye of Vecna. That is some like artifact, crazy end game, god level shit. That is way too powerful. And I think if you had the hand or eye of Vecna, you would have to have a small chance when using it to outright die, have your soul ripped out, and Vecna take over your body. And then if you had Vecna running around in a lobby, everyone's dead. So
Who the heck is Vecna?
Hey, get on that game devs. Make that.
he's a dark sorcerer.
Dude, have
He's
you
a-
not seen Stranger Things, dude?
He's like a
are you,
hardcore villain in D&D.
Stranger Things.
it's in the latest. He's the latest. Well, he's not. That's what they call him. But
Yeah, he's not like
Oh.
Dungeons and
he's not
Dragons
Vecna. Yeah.
Vecna, but Vecna is amazing. And in D&D, he has a lieutenant named Kaz, or Cass. Some people call him Cass. I call him Kaz, Kas. But he has to take down Vecna in the lore with a special sword, the Sword of Kaz. Anyway, it's pretty fucking cool. And with Vecna, he has his left hand and his eye floating out somewhere in the world, and you can find, and he's been long dead, right? And you can find his hand and you can find his eye. And if you find his hand and you cut off your own hand and put his hand up to your stump, it attaches to you and you get some of his magical powers and you get his crazy hand.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then you can take out
But
your
you
eye
can get like
and
cursed and
you can get cursed, and then you can put his eye into your eye socket as well. But if you use his powers, there's a small chance that as you use his powers, he rips your soul out of your body and takes over your body, and he's back.
Mm.
yeah.
Isn't that cool? It's pretty cool. I think it's amazing.
So when you die, you become Vecna, and then you get to spectate your old self just wrecking the lobby. Okay.
It
mess
just
with
becomes
that.
a boss that runs around.
There'd be
Yeah.
Yeah.
people would just troll so hard. They would. Oh my, that'd be amazing. That'd be
Vecna
amazing.
is a
you
lich.
you mentioned a Vecna stream sniper. Some dude just goes and gets a bunch of hands of Vecna, and he just waits till he finds some streamer in his lobby and just Vecnas himself. Can you imagine?
Laughing Depressed
So
said, Vecna
good.
is a lich that is known for being the Lord of Darkness, for creating the most powerful spell book, the Book of the Dead. Yeah, the Book of the Dead is an item you can also find in Dungeons and Dragons, and if you read it, you go crazy, and it like changes your character. Like it takes some stats away, but it also gives you some buffs. It can be really detrimental, or it can do something really crazy. Like we had this.
Was it RNG?
It is. It's based on dice rolls, so it's also called the Book of Vile Darkness. And we actually had this in the D&D campaign that Donnie and I played in for a year and a half. That ended, I don't know, like 7-8 months ago.
Yeah.
And me and another character read the Book of Vile Darkness, and it had negative effects for my character, but for the other guy, it made him slightly more evil. But he got like jacked and taller. And his like he could like see in the dark, and his eyes became black and shit. Like I don't know, it was fucking cool.
Interesting.
But it made my character like kind of lose his mind a little bit, and like I had like memory issues after that, and like yeah, it was crazy.
What was better, the Book of Vile whatever, or the deck of cards? I was told about that.
Oh, the what's it called?
The Deck of Many Things.
Yes.
The Deck of
I
Many
would say that.
Things is better.
Well,
It
can
depends.
Can't you
instantly-
die from it?
Yes.
yeah. There's a chance you.
but
can
you could
instantly
die
kill
from
your
the Book of
character.
Vile Darkness too, though. You can die.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's harder to die from the Book of Vile Darkness, but essentially the Deck of Many Things is you pull a card, and some of the cards are insanely OP, amazing, and then some are insanely like we should just look it up. Let's see. Deck of Many Things. I don't know why I hit that key. Sorry about that. Deck of Many Things. This shit's super cool. Here we go. Okay. Found only in a deck with 22 cards. Balance. Here we go. Your
There's
mind
so many.
suffers a wrenching alteration, causing your alignment to change. So alignment's like neutral or chaotic good or lawful evil. Lawful becomes chaotic. Good becomes evil, and vice versa. If you're a true neutral or unaligned character, this card has no effect on you. Comet. If you single-handedly defeat the next hostile monster or group of monsters you encounter, you gain experience points enough to gain 1 level. That's pretty cool. So you just like get a free level. If you
Levels are huge in Dungeons and Dragons.
yes, big time. Donjon. You disappear and become entombed in a state of suspended animation in an extra-dimensional sphere. Everything you were wearing and carrying stays behind the space you occupy when you disappeared. You remain imprisoned until you are found and removed from the sphere. You can't be located by divination magic, but a wish spell can reveal the location of your prison. You draw no more cards.
Yeah.
This essentially fucks you. Your character is frozen. You have to probably reroll something. And then if your DM is nice, maybe he gives your new character and the party a quest to get your character back. It's kind of a weird one. It's like
they have cards.
It's I hope you have an alt card.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They have cards like that, and then you have a card that gives you the ability to cast Wish 1d3 times, which Wish is the most broken spell in the game. You can literally wish anything, you know? I could wish the big bad boss is dead. Well, it can.
It's a 9th level spell, and if you wish to cast a spell that is level 1 through 8, 8th level spell through 1st level, you get to instantly cast it. Bam, the spell just works. If you wish for another 9th level spell, it starts to get a little dicey. And then if you wish for something that is not a spell, and you're like, I wish that I was a god, or I wish that, you know, I was on the other side of the world in a mansion with a million gold or something like that, shit can go really wrong. And DMs
it's
are
like a monkey's paw type aspect.
Yes, and DMs are challenged to come up with a way where you kind of get what you want, but you kind of get fucked in some way. Like,
and it'd be like, I wish I had $1 million gold. So $1 million gold appears at your feet, but all that gold was like stolen from poor people, and now they're gonna starve and die.
Yeah.
So,
like I used a wish in the last campaign, and I wish we were trying to steal from this like sultan guy, and he had a palace filled with these badass guards, and we were about to die. Everyone was down except for me, and I last second used a wish, and I said, I wish for everyone except for my party to be dead outside of this palace, and I wish that we own the palace, kind of a thing, something like that. I don't know how I worded it. Well, the wish comes true, and we go outside. Little did I know there was servants and their families and children and like old people living in the palace, and they were all slaughtered and dead outside. So my character, who was a good guy, he was like really good and mild-mannered, essentially, you know, committed genocide and like slaughtered like 100 kids and old people and shit. So I had to like RP like the effect of that, right? But anyway, there's just a bunch of fucking awesome cards. Ruin. All forms of wealth that you carry or own other than magic items are lost to you. Portable property vanishes. Businesses, buildings, and lands you own are lost in a way that alters reality the least. Any documentation that proves you should own something lost to this card also disappears. Pretty crazy. But then you get something cool.
If I ever go across the deck, I pull a card, yeah?
Yep.
You're gambling. I mean,
some of these allows you to pull another card too.
Yeah.
So you could pull a card that says you get blah, blah, blah. Now draw another card. So like Star, for instance, increase one of your ability scores by 2. The score can exceed 20 but can't exceed 24. That's huge. That's just +2 to a stat. In D&D, that's fucking massive. Where's another one where you can draw another card? I don't know. Anyway, pretty badass. Deck of many things. Super badass and fun and dangerous to interact with in D&D. Other unique items, though.
Maybe non-wizard stuff so we can branch out, you know?
Yeah, I would like to see a rogue armor that if if you stand still for longer than 5 seconds, you get a free hide.
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So you stop moving, 5 seconds later, bam, you get hide. And if you move, obviously you pop out.
That'd be cool.
I think that'd be cool.
What about a pair of boots that gets dead silence, dude? For like X amount of seconds or something.
What
or permanently
about
dead silent boots? Why not? Just permanently dead
that'd
silent.
be,
Oh, man.
no, that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't hear you
That would
coming.
be crazy.
that'd
Infinite
be good.
unique Francesca axes, nice.
Yeah, you just Francisca axe that you throw it and it comes back to your hand.
Please
Yeah.
no. Please no. Please no.
Call the boomerang.
What about I think there's like a shield of like spell storing
Mjolnir,
in
yeah.
D&D. So like say if you like caught a spell with your shield, you could choose when to like say someone shoots a fireball at you, you could store it and choose to shoot a fireball at somebody with your spell.
That would be
Shield.
sick.
Yeah.
That'd be tight.
It's ring of spell storing.
Oh, ring. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I had a ring of spell storing with my sorcerer in the D&D campaign, and I would store the shield spell, and I would just have 5 shields ready to go, which was very strong and very cool. Saved my ass a lot. What else? I suppose we can just meld this discussion to the Q&A as well. If you guys have questions or ideas on unique items and whatnot, please share them in chat so we can talk about them. But
Yeah.
let's see. There's bows. Let me go back.
A sulfur belt, which
What's
can be
missing?
ignited on a decibel level of in-game voice chat. If you yell so loud through the mic,
That'd be cool.
it activates.
No, that's awful.
Oh, what about some bard unique named items? What we got, dude?
An instrument. probably?
There's one called there's a spell called like a bard spell. It was like Unstoppable Dance or whatever, where like you force someone to dance.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
cool if you could like force somebody to dance.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. Unique staff after successful attack on an enemy player. Next spell cast is 0.1 seconds. That's a cool
So
idea.
you bonk them and then you get an instant cast. That'd be
That's a
funny.
cool idea. But you don't want to use fireball,
right.
obviously.
Yeah.
Unless you can get away. So there's swords, maces, polearms, axes, bows, shields. What about a dagger? A dagger that ignores armor?
That'd be a good one.
How
Only from
much
behind. Only from
armor?
behind.
Okay.
Backstabs ignore all
All
armor.
armor?
All armor. Backstabs only ignores all armor.
I don't hate that.
Oh,
I don't hate
Or
that.
named
vampire.
quarterstaff. You get like a pole vault. You know, you stick it in the ground,
be
you like
sick.
leap forward or something.
Like a dash forward? That'd be sick. But how would you
Yeah.
activate it? You maybe like you tap right click twice or something like that? Like
Little mouse button.
Maybe, yeah.
block and then it. I like the lifesteal dagger. Every time you hit, you get like 3 health back or something like that. That's kind of like a vampiric
Lifesteal.
dagger.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That's cool.
Named guitar the Hendrix. Nice.
Yeah.
What would it do?
You instantly get high. You're like, where am I at? I want to go home. I'm hungry. What the?
Quarterstaff that you can cast spells with. I like that. That's a cool idea.
Harp of the Siren. Well, Harp of the Siren. Play the harp, and all enemy players become stunned for 10 seconds. Damage wakes them up.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that.
I feel like if that's in the game though, that should be like you can use it like one time per raid, maybe.
What would a Zweihander, if you do the swing, maybe like a short range projectile comes out of it, like a shockwave.
I want fighter boots with the ability to do a Dark Souls roll. That's what I want. I want to be able to like shift roll away.
I'll take a Zway that like turns into Blade Storm. You know, from WoW. You start spinning and sliding.
Oh, a spin to win?
I want
Okay.
Yeah.
I want a cleric item where you can drop me a Wind Fury token or totem, and I can crit on bitches.
Oh, Sword of
man.
Winding. Okay.
Yeah, I want Bloodlust. Like, was it like 30% quicker attacks or something crazy?
Dutch Touched says, I'd want a quarterstaff that with each successful hit, you move faster, temporarily stacking up to 3 or 5 times. It's already a super fast weapon, so why not? A spear you can throw? Oh, I kind of like that. But do you have to go back and recover it, and can someone just take it? Because if you miss and someone can just pick it up, that would suck balls.
Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. That'd be
no
sick.
weapon equals double damage. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Gauntlets of
It'd be cool if
Ogre
there's an
Strength.
item that like encouraged you to be a fist fighter. That'd be sick. Like go on. Well, I guess when Monk's coming, that's not really. Yeah, that'll be his role. But
Thieves' gloves.
Might be
When you
fun.
pickpocket, you get to see their inventory. Oh my.
that'd be sick.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Dude, here's the problem though: is that if we add all these crazy items in the game, and even if they're super hard to get, the game is going to be incredibly difficult to balance. Like you're gonna just like imagine you boot up the game. Everyone's been playing for a month. They're like, I'm gonna play some Dark and Darker. Just gonna have a good time, and you just get just bullied. They steal all your things. Someone scries on you. You're just like, what the fuck?
What if there was a unique trap that insta-killed anyone that stepped in
Oh
it?
my god. I mean, it's a one and done. You better hit someone with it, right? There you
Sure.
go.
Yeah.
If it's a one and done, why not? Fine.
That'd be awesome. What else? They covered swords. There's a mace. You said you would want to see a war maul that essentially throws the
Does
player
something
back.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like massive
Something stupid on the
knockback.
war mall.
Dude,
Oh, no,
psychology
when
has
they
a
die, their body goes flying with it. That's what I want. Maybe it does projectile damage. If it flies into another guy, hits him for some damage.
Don't forget, there is a hotkey that no one has used yet. There's like in the game, if you hit R, it's like a special hotkey, right?
Oh, true. Yeah.
What if this is attached to items? If you have a unique.
Well, R you reload as Ranger.
What is it then? What's the
F or E? Which
R is reload bow. No, that's reload bow. What is there's F like another hotkey in the game that no one uses
actually,
yet.
like in the keybinds, I'm not sure. I haven't
looked. I'll have to look whenever the game comes back, but it's like a special key, a special hotkey or something like that. Special action is what it's called.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
T maybe? I can't remember. Laughing Depressed says the robe of the Archmagi. Yeah, I mean that's a powerful, very powerful robe. Provides the wizard with better armor than the mage armor spell, plus advantage in saving throws against spells. So what if you could get a robe that gives you reactive shield and ice armor? Free perks. You get both of those free perks.
Now we're talking.
And then you don't have to worry about taking those perks, but you just get those 2 perks on the armor.
That'd be cool. I would be cool with
that'd be
uniques
sick.
that gave you perks. That'd be sick too.
That would be awesome.
Perk from you,
like a special class, like a class specific item or weapon that just you just get this perk.
Yeah, you get. Well, I mean, it'd be cool. Maybe if it's like called like extra hand or something. I don't know. And you can equip it, and it gives you can pick a 3rd perk. That'd be sick. Like it's a blue. It does like blue level damage, but you get an extra perk.
Yeah, that's kind of
really
cool.
Good. No, but 2 ideas. A bow that goes through everything, so just pins everybody. Like so, if there's people in a doorway, you just shoot it, shoots through everyone in the doorway.
Okay.
Yeah,
a
like a piercing bow.
Yeah.
And then psychology put up an idea like an illusion spell. Let me find it. Orb illusion summons 3 skellies that actually do 0 damage. That'd be cool, but what I'm thinking is like a mirror image, like the spell in D&D, where you get 3 other people that are exact clones of you spawn around you, and then they don't know who's the real one, and like maybe your perspective shifted to one of them.
They
and
all match your attacks, huh? But they
all match your movement. Yeah, it's like it's essentially a mirror of you. They just don't. They die in one hit and they don't do damage, but they can trick people.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, Apex Mirage basically. Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's pretty awesome. What else we got, folks? What else we got?
Maybe a helmet that lets you see in the dark. Gives you night vision. Huh?
Yes, I really like that idea.
I'd be down for that.
I like that idea a lot. A shield that gives you a bash would be really sick.
Yep.
That's probably going to be a paladin ability, though. Is my guess.
Is it really?
How do you feel? This is off topic, but how do you feel about like eventually there being character customization? Like you get to make your human whoever they are, versus just looking at the same. Like every fighter has the same skin. How do you feel about that?
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm effing.
Oh, your stream is?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm good now.
I guess I'll ask again. But how do you guys feel about like character customization in the game? I know you can buy like an elf skin or whatever, but whenever you start the game, you know how every fighter person looks the same. What if you could make your guy look a little different? You think they're ever going to put that in, or
I don't think they will. I'd be cool with it, but I don't expect that to ever come.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, go ahead.
Be later. I think
you think so?
Much later.
I think it gives people a reason to play the game. Because like, what if for getting in the top 1,000 leaderboard this playtest or whatever, or we'll say season for whatever it is, full release, right? You get a special mustache that everyone sees or a pair of glasses, or like a haircut that everyone sees and they're like, oh, that dude's legit, like that's badass. Like everyone with that haircut is a sick dude. So I think cosmetics are like a cool way to keep the community engaged and like grind out unique items. I think that's a cool way to encourage people to really sweat it out.
I like that. Oh,
you get an awesome cape, a hit cape.
I know we said an item that gives you a free perk, but I think a battle axe for barbarians that gives you the smash perk for free. to just be able to smash
Smart.
down doors. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Second idea. Now I know this is like probably not the most community friendly, but what if they added like a cosmetic battle pass to help them keep the game going once it's been released?
So
How do you feel about that?
they stated that the reason why they created the studio is because they were sick and tired of that sort of system being introduced to games, live service games, battle pass shit. They weren't happy with how large studios and companies were monetizing their games, so they said they would never do that.
Okay.
I think if they stick to cosmetics, I'm cool with it.
I would
As long-
spend
yeah,
money
I
on
think-
cosmetics, yeah, and I will.
I think
I'll buy the game for
as long
$60
as they're not
and spend money on
ridiculous.
an in-game shop.
as long as it's not like Fortnite level cosmetics where it's like John Wick's in the
Yeah.
game now. You can run around the dungeon as Keanu Reeves. As long as it keeps it lore friendly cosmetics, I'm 100% down because
Yeah.
I want them to
Yeah, I
make
think
some
so.
money. I want them to get that bag. As they say.
Absolutely, yeah. Does anyone have any questions, thoughts, anything before we head out? This is our longest episode yet. It was a very fun one. Does anyone have anything to bring up, to bitch about? Bitches, gripes, complaints, compliments, thoughts?
Nerf Francesca X. That's all I got.
I
Yeah.
agree. They shouldn't get axe spec plus 10 weapon damage attached. No thanks. John Wick 4, by the way, comes out later in March.
I'm
Oh,
excited.
shit.
Did y'all like the last one?
It was my least favorite of the three, but I did like it.
It was a little too schmaltzy. There's a little too much like, all right, okay.
The
But it's
guy
still a
that
good
was
time.
like fanboying out at the end, I was like, this needs to. That was a little too
Yeah.
much. It was a little too much for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I feel like once you've
Um,
seen John Wick 1, you've seen all the John Wicks. That's my take.
Well, I like that
Yeah,
the
I get
lore
that.
opened up a little bit with 2 and 3. I like
Yes,
the lore
like the
of the
whole
world.
Lawrence Fishburne
Yeah.
homeless society thing. Yeah.
That shit's kind of cool. Killer Hippo says, I want to watch you guys play. Well, you have to wait until April 14th. Killer Hippo. Sorry, brother. With how long this playtest has been delayed, do you think they're going to add or try a new subclass? Yeah, I think Bard is definitely
Yeah.
going to show up in April, and I plan on playing it right off the bat. I'm going right into Bard.
Nice.
That's my plan.
Let's hope so. I would much rather, like we said at the beginning, if there's no necessarily like new content for the next playtest, I'm okay with waiting longer. I know Jay does not agree, but I don't know.
mean,
I won't. Yeah.
I don't want them to delay it too much, personally.
It's like,
I
I'm
get it.
addicted.
I get it.
2 months is a long. That shit hurts.
It does.
Yeah. I feel you.
Though I will say, boys, we should absolutely get in some DayZ. I am down to duo or trio it or play with you guys. The new Spring Namalsk
Yeah.
map is sick, and I showed you guys a screenshot of the server. It's
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
And the server that I linked to you guys, I've been playing on it. The loot's better. They've done a really good job with it. It's fun. So if you
Is
guys
day
wanna
one
play-
gonna add one at all?
I don't know. But this particular server though is good. It's excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you guys want to play,
I like the heat mechanics. Well, we'll talk about this afterwards. Yeah, but we'll play
It's
sometime.
still there. It's just not as punishing.
Okay.
Like if you don't have warm clothes on, you start to freeze. But if you get warm clothes, you don't still freeze like in regular Namalsk. Like you can keep yourself warm, which I like. And if you get
Okay.
wet, you can freeze. You can get hypothermia. Not hypothermia. But you know
Okay.
what I'm trying to say. It's like it's a prettier to look at Namalsk with a more forgiving weather mechanic. That still
I'm down.
exists.
Let's wrap this up and we'll talk about it afterwards. 'Cause
Sure.
I'm down to dig
Sure.
into it.
We can
I'm
talk.
sure everyone here is like, please just talk about the dungeon game, please.
Yeah. Dutch Touch says, so expecting Bard, maybe Soric, expecting early questing system from merchants, and expecting the leveling skill tree possibly. I don't think we're going to see leveling skill tree. I think maybe we'll get lucky if we see some quests, but I do think we're going to see the Bard.
I'd be cool with Quest.
I think Bard's coming for sure. Quest
Yes.
first iteration's coming for sure.
Yep, I agree.
I will
Some
be
quests.
shocked if there's no skill trees. That
I
would
don't
tell
think- I
me
don't
that
think
maybe they'll
there's-
scrap it.
No, skill trees are definitely going to come. They need more character customization and progression paths than what they have. And I think depending on how testing goes for the skill trees, I think eventually we will get an announcement that they are going to add subclasses to the game. And that is how you're going to, post level 20, be able to customize your character even more and get access to different spells if you're a wizard. Like, let's say you're a wizard, you get to level 20, you're filling out your passives in the skill tree. You hit level 20, and then you're like, oh, look, there's 4 new schools of magic that I can go down. And if you choose evocation, you can get more stuff like fireball, or if you choose school of necromancy, you can raise skeletons in the dungeon. You can use a dark magic bolt or something like that. That's what I think is going to come. That is a complete guess. That's just what I think. I think it's skill. I think it's skill trees.
More subclassy.
Yeah, skill trees first, because
this point.
I think how skill trees is going to work is going to be like almost like mini perks. Like you can put 5 points into axes, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5% extra damage using axes as a barbarian or something in the skill tree, right?
Right.
And then they'll branch out, and you go down. You only get 20 points though, right? You get a point per level, and maybe there's like 40 possible things, but you can only use 20 points. That's kind of how I see it. And then
I've heard from a leak it unlocks at 20. So I don't know if that means like, are there like hidden, like not levels, but I guess essentially levels. So you'd have to level like 20 to 21 to get a new point. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. I like that. Almost like Paragon leveling in like Diablo or something like that. That's interesting. But I do think somehow they need to figure out subclasses, because if they do, that means people will make like 5 wizards and have 5 completely different wizards. Right. I think that's awesome. Subclasses got to come, in my opinion. It's a must. We'll see.
They were asked about it before, subclass versus multi-class, and they said multi-class, but I don't see how that's really going to be a thing. Subclass makes much more sense to me.
Multi-class is a blessing and a curse and OP, and it breaks the game, in my opinion. It's cool, and if I'm in a campaign where I can multi-class, I will. But being a Sorc paladin, where you're casting sorcerer spells and you're running in fully armored and you can heal yourself, a Sorkadin.
Sounds crazy.
Because it is.
Imagine a 3-man of that.
Bro,
how are you gonna win?
Dude, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, well, now you know how it is to DM for some sweaty gamers.
Exactly. If you're a dungeon master
D&D.
and your fucking nerd crew shows up with snacks and some beer, and they sit around the table and they're like, all right, I'm going to do all this damage, fly away, heal myself, blah, blah. You're like, all right, I'm really happy I allowed multi-classing in my campaign. It's fucking wild, dude. I feel like it'd be too hard.
Warlock. When he attacks, he rolls like 12 times.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. Every time he attacks, he just keeps rolling the dice. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. And then there's also sorcerer warlocks too. Sorlocks.
Yep.
So the warlock is supposed to have really cool natural abilities and passives and access to very, very few spells, and only be able to cast a couple spells. But they're crazy, right?
They're like really good, right?
They're really good, right? A sorcerer just knows innate spell casting. He just knows less spells than a wizard, but he can just cast these things naturally. He doesn't even need a spell book. He just knows how to do it. Now imagine you add a warlock and a sorcerer together. A warlock has all these like magical things that the patron has bestowed upon you, like seeing in the dark or being able to fucking have natural mage armor that's always on you at all times. Imagine having that stuff, plus then having the innate abilities of a sorcerer and all the spells they get access to, and mashing that shit together, plus a warlock's badass spells they can cast as well. It just gets to be too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
Multi-class is probably not going to happen in all reality.
Hopefully not. I think Suzel, how do you say it? I think Suzel brings up a good point. Says, I really think the game is great for simplicity, and I think that's like really something that multi-classing, even subclasses to a certain extent, could really fuck up. So I think it's important to keep the game simple-ish.
Yeah, I agree.
It's I would say add in subclasses, like 4 for each class, no multi-classing. And that would, goddamn, that would be so amazing. If you could have 4 different barbarians that felt completely different or were different enough where it was worth leveling a barbarian to 20 and going down the new subclass tree, like that would be sick. And for all the classes, 12, 13 classes, each with 4 variants or subclasses.
That is a lot
Should you be able to respec
So
though,
cool.
or you think it should just be expensive?
No, I don't think you can respec. I would say no.
I heard
I would say no.
the skill trees were a permanent choice.
That's
It's a
and I
1
think
point
that's
and
the
you
right
can't
move.
change it.
You know why that's
like
the
that.
right move? Longevity of the game.
Why?
Now, I have to fucking re-roll. I want to try the other. I don't just get to spend 1,000 gold and respec and never make a new character and just try all the subclasses. No, you got to fucking make new characters and go through the loop. That's cool.
Yeah,
and that's how
I
you
agree.
keep your game alive longer.
I agree.
I heard permanent change, and I was really disgusted. So I don't know. That's because I'm a WoW player. I just run to my trainer and spend 50G, and I'm a whole different breed.
I like that it's permanent. I like that it's permanent because in Dungeons and Dragons, once you choose things, that's it. Unless you're like a wizard, you can like change your spells. But if you're a sorcerer, you can change out spells when you level. But once you get to level 20 and you've picked your spells, that's it. That's your kit forever.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess you'd have to have like some commitment game plan, you know. Really makes you think. If they slow it down a lot, you'll have plenty of time.
Yeah,
figure out what you want.
Zabo just said it should be permanent unless you complete a really big quest chain. I like that idea.
Sure, expensive. Just it really.
That's not a bad idea.
You got to go out of your way.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Guys, this was a very, very fun episode of The Darkest Hour. The darkest 2 hours, actually.
Was it really? Well, 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours,
Really?
yeah. About like an hour and 54.
Yeah, all right.
This is a fun one. Thanks for hanging out, guys. As always, you guys are beautiful.
The cat's showing up too.
Yeah,
You guys are
she's saying
beautiful.
hi.
Aww. You're familiar.
You've been on the computer for too long. All right,
Donnie's
Get the fuck
familiar.
up. I summoned her. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool wizard item. You could summon a familiar of some kind.
That would be kind
Go
of
like
cool.
scout rooms for you. I don't know.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
We will be live next Sunday. That is March 5th at 7 p.m. PT. That is the new podcast start time. We'll be starting at 7 p.m. So no more 9 o'clock start. Tonight was really weird. I had to put the baby down, so it took me longer. Excuse me. To get started, but yeah, 7 p.m. PT Sundays is the new start time of The Darkest Hour, a Doc and Doca podcast. Boys, shout out your channels and all that stuff, socials, all that shit. Jay first.
I'm JayGriffYuh. I stream on Twitch and I make YouTube videos. That's me.
Yes.
I'm the wizard guy. According to
Beautiful.
Pokewalls.
Nice. I mean, there's worse guys to be. You know what I mean?
True.
Being the wizard guy, I would, of the spectrum of guys to be, it's pretty good. Pretty good, I would say.
Man.
Yeah. Donnie?
You could. I'm DuhDonnie. I occasionally make YouTube content, and that's about it. I think I got some coming out here in the next couple of days. So
You said that
see.
last week.
well, okay. Here's the problem. I'm lazy. That's really the big issue, and I got a couple things going on. But other than that, maybe we'll see.
Donnie
There's
makes
some Tarkov drama I want to get behind.
Donnie makes very good, very funny videos, and if he would just make 1 or 2 a week and stick to it, his channel would be so much bigger. But he does this thing where he'll make like a couple of videos in a couple of weeks, and he gets some traction, and they're very funny, they're very good, people really like him, and then he just fucking disappears for 3 months.
I know.
Stick to it. You're good at what you do. Stick to it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm Soma. I just stream at twitch.tv/Soma. And I have also gotten addicted to creating Twitch clips and converting them into YouTube shorts. I put out like 4 YouTube shorts today, actually.
Beautiful.
I'm at _Soma on YouTube. You should definitely go watch the shorts and like them. They are all just dark and darker, goofy shit. And I'll also do some Daisy goofy clips as well once I get some streams in. Yes, I do like the Strokes, but my name Soma is from Brave New World, which is the drug that controls society, Mr. Beachmutt.
Someday I'll be alright.
Thank you for that, Donnie. Thank you. Guys,
Someday.
thank you for watching episode 6 of The Darkest Hour. We will see you guys next Sunday at 7 p.m. PT. Peace out, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Have a nice.
Yeah.